So, very good evening, everybody. Hope everybody is in Facebook is watching this as well. And welcome to this session of how to get unstuck. People have been asking me for some time now as to who is your target audience is. So my target audience is anybody who is stuck in life. So when I started my coaching business, I thought it is the first time managers, because that is when I was a first time manager, actually I was facing this kind of trouble. And many people also told me that let me see if I am recording. Yes, I am recording. So many people also told me that for the first 6 years of your career, you should be knowing how to deal with people at workplace, to understand how the mental makeup of people go, and how to deal with boss, and how others, seniors, are dealing with their boss and colleagues as well. So those are most important things before you prove your mettle as a worker. So I thought that is the first time managers, who are troubled with this. But you know, stuck means what? Stuck means if you are angry at something, if you are sad about something, or if you are aggrieved about something, then you become stuck. Why stuck? Because your mind then starts thinking about only problems. There is no opportunity. It will be anger against somebody, anger against something happens, anger against events, circumstances, your life, the situation you are in. All those things make a khichdi of your mental. So then what happens? You only think about problems all the time, and there is no solution unless you focus on something. No, I'll tell you some. Uh, During my graduation days, there were not many convenience, auto service, taxi service, bus service were not there. So I had to walk quite a bit before I could fetch one bus. So from my place to the bus stop, it was about more than half a kilometer walk. So during that time, there were both sides. It was of course a very quiet place and not very crowded. But that is all the more reasons why I could observe more. So there was a liquor shop, and towards the left of the road that I took, and it was there since the beginning. 2-3 years I walked by the same road. I could never see the liquor shop there because my focus was not there. Of course, I must have seen the shop, right? But the focus was not there. And my focus was where? There. While crossing that road, I could see a small walk into the village. So my focus was about the village, how it will be, because that was a slum kind of area. It was a Bhubaneswar, the city of Bhubaneswar was developing at that time. So I thought it was a village only, which later on got developed into a part of the city. So at that time, it was a suburb, we can say. So whatever you don't put your mind into, you don't see it. If you don't put your mind into solutions, your mind will not see the solutions. So that is the main thing that I want people to know. If you are not observing, if your focus is not there, it is not there. Even if it is there, the obvious things, you will never observe this. And if you don't observe, how can you avail the opportunity, the obvious things, the solutions, and you get ahead in life? You will get stuck to the negativity in your life. And it is so easy. It is just a tweak of the situation. You start observing what you are not observing. It is only that. And when I say leadership growth, so when you start observing opportunities, right? When you start observing opportunity, what do you do? You grow as a human being. You help other people to grow, right? And that is what all about leadership growth is. Wherever, whatever position you are, you take better charge of that situation, your work portfolio. Don't you agree? So that is what I call as leadership growth. So it is not about corporates, not about first-time managers. It can happen to anybody, and anybody, even in a leadership position, can lose leadership traits because the focus is on the problems. And the focus is on the problematic people, the problematic circumstances. And still he or she can be a leader. Can you see my point? So let me see, and I welcome all of you, whoever is observing here and watching this live. It's very strange that people people know they can't observe or can't see or they can't believe that things can be that simple, right? Things can be that simple. So let me come back to the mind map that I have created. It again is gone. I don't know what is happening the moment I check this, the mind map. Something might be happening, which is why it goes. Anyways, let me see if this is coming back again. But this is what? So it is there again. So it is leadership growth with resourceful influencing, an unusual way of achieving significance. That is what people are bothered about. So if you are able to see my mind map, let me share the screen. So I welcome you all to this session of leadership growth using resourceful influencing technique. And let me ask you these few questions. Some of you, do you know, or do you want to know about leadership growth? Or do you want to serve people better? Why are you here? Why you are interested to learn this? Are you aiming to have a dignified existence, or looking for more time to spend with family, or looking to be in charge of your life? Any of these questions you said yes to, and yes, you this webinar is for you. And who this is for? As I said, it is for anybody who is stuck in life. But as I also started, I told you it is for first time managers, because I thought it is the first time managers who actually get stuck in life. That is what I thought, right? But it is for anybody and everybody, whoever is stuck in life. And why people get stuck? They get stuck because they are angry or sad or aggrieved. And if you are here till the end, then I'll be offering you a one-to-one session with your problems and whatever, right? So my values are here. Why I do what I do is tranquility, because I wanted a peaceful existence. I'm a working professional as well, and I also face the same kind of problems in life which any manager faces. But I wanted tranquility, inclusion, I wanted to include everybody as irrespective of their education or background or anything. And I wanted to have a dignified existence, and I wanted abundance in life. I'm a lifelong learner, and I wanted to have joy. We can discuss this more in detail in our classes, but these are the 6 values that I have. I call them as Trident's value, and we can have an exercise as to how to design your values, right? So that is what, and what is there for you. There will be frameworks for opportunity, how you can find opportunities in your existing circumstances, unique packaging of USP, expertise that leads to dependability and trustworthiness, because what you are looking for, you are looking for how to manage people, how to manage self, and how to manage your time. Those are the 3 things that you are bothered with. But we will be discussing about your unique packaging of your existing credentials into one USP, and whatever expertise that you have. Everybody has different kind of expertise, right? And how to create dependability and trustworthiness with that. And there has to be a sector agnostic legacy. People will value you no matter wherever you are, no matter whatever change you undergo. And those are the 3 things which actually create anger and sadness and grief. And you have grievances, complaints, right? So we will have solution for all those. Why it is relevant? So what are the issues? What has been your goal? Are you stuck on fulfill or other? So these are the questions, right? What are the issues? Are you able to write? So when you are angry, what are the issues? If somebody asks, the other day, I was asking myself, okay, what are the issues with me right now? If I am in charge, so if I am not given this portfolio, it is good for me, no? Nahi, if I am not given work, it is good only. I have a lot of time at workplace. I am doing whatever I choose to. I just have to supervise people. So why I am angry? So have you asked yourself these kind of questions? Why you are angry if you are angry? If you ask yourself why questions, you will see that it boils down to your own lacuna at some point or other. You are angry not because somebody else told something. You are angry because you are not able to handle something at that point. Why you are not able to handle? Because it was a sudden change and we are not prepared for that. So if how do you handle whether you are in a position to handle the thing, handle the situation that you are in, or you are just thinking too much, right? If you are not in a position to handle the problem that you are in, then you have to start finding a way as to how you can be in control of that situation. And how would you do that? With your goal, of course. What goal do you have? So these are the questions you need to ask. So who these questions will ask you? You yourself, right? But at the moment when you are very sad, very angry, very angry, you might not be able to ask these questions to yourself. That is why a mentor, that is why somebody needs to ask you these questions. And industry status is negative work environment, of course, is there. Employee responsibility also so employee response is what is required. What is your response? People who are in a complaining mode actually work at 20% productivity level. And they are usually looking for solutions, looking for alternatives. When they are looking for alternatives, sometimes it takes a lot of time. When it takes a lot of time, suppose you are a very experienced person, it will take 3 to 5 years to find out that alternative solution suitable to you. So during those 3 to 5 years, you will be working at 20% productivity level. What then happens to your potential? So that is what we are here to discuss, right? Ground rules are, like say, the questions have to be asked after this. I go through my presentation because it requires some flow to happen in between. This software also might give us some trouble. So may I now have your permission to go through this presentation? So the next is the pain point that you have. So you are here because of certain pain point, not being heard. Many people are, the industry data also says that people are not heard. People are not heard, and people, of course, we depend on somebody to hear out what we have to say. But it is not there somewhere, and the maturity also might be after some time. We need to know how to handle ourselves, right? So for the first time, we are not being heard as the thing. No growth, no promotion is happening despite hard work, according to you. Not able to take decisions. This is one major point that I have found out in so not able to take decision is what I have found out. And in Indian system, there is this thing that for 20 years, people will not be allowed to take decision. Even in our society, there is no way you are allowed to take decision, right? And after some time, suddenly you will be asked to take decision, and you'll be blamed that you are not able to take decision. If you don't have a habit to take decision, how can you take decision after some time? It happens so much in the government machinery, and of course in workplaces where there is a domineering manager, so that is, but we have to face the scenario. We need to know, accept this scenario. Not able to take decision is one weakness that we build over time. If you are no, I'll give you one solution also, one story also. So when I joined in, say, in this particular organization where I have joined, it is a new work profile that I have. So let me come to the screen first. So this work profile that I have never been working in that kind of profile ever before. So it was a new change for me, new thing for me. Now, what do I do? So if I was taking decision, people were kind of resisting because it was my style of decisions, and not everybody will be very comfortable about a lady taking a decision at workplace according to her own choice. People will not kind of support you. or they are not very comfortable you taking a decision. So I saw that I was creating a lot of ruffles. So it rather than and I could have taken, I could have put my foot down and I would have said that no, I want to do this. But again, those kind of conflict, no, it is not actually good for your health unless you enjoy those kind of conflicts. So why to waste such time? Of course, I am not giving this advice to everybody. It was my own decision to allow people to do their way. And when the things will not move, they will of course ask me to do this. But it will be their comfort level now. They are asking me to do rather than they had to accept what I wanted to do. So it was a new thing. So let us come to the same situation first. So so I started to allow them the space. Now when it came to me, actually I enjoyed my time, and suddenly there is a management change. And the new manager, the new senior management was, he was horrified to find that one person's ability was not being taken into use. And I knew that somebody from outside, if they come, they will suddenly find this situation. But again, you will be like, say, I was in this case, was asked why I was not doing certain things, why I was not contributing to anything, because I was not allowed to contribute. The moment I take certain decisions, people will start resisting. Now, what I was able to prove was that if you allow me to work, if you allow me to take my decisions, then I will take my decisions. If you will not allow me to take decisions, I am not going to take any decision. So it was my way of dealing with this. Your situation might be different. And inability to find a solution, of course, I was, for some time, I was very, very upset about not able to find a solution to this, because it cannot go on for years, right? But that might be your situation as well. Inconsistency is not my problem, but many people, 90% of people are inconsistent because they are not able to take persistent action. No presentation skill is, right now I'm discovering that many people, many senior people are not having this presentation skill. Which is why, to compensate for their presentation skill, they have to overwork for late hours to show that they are working. Because they cannot put their work in a very crisp manner, they have to do extra hours. And this is a discovery for me. And people will not agree. So if you are doing that, then just think, you might not be very having any comfort level with your computer skills. Think about that. Problem with the boss, obviously, that is the questions. These are problems that you have, and these are the problems because of which your leadership growth is stuck, and you are not moving anywhere. What aspirations do you have? Recognition, appreciation, opportunity, and promotion, expertise. These are the usual aspirations one has. But more than that, people want to feel fulfilled. Whatever work they are doing, they want to feel fulfilled, even to a smaller extent, to whatever extent possible. So here is what my system is about. I talk about four tool sets about how to create difference, how to create resilience, how to influence, and how to create prominence. That is, I call as DRIP method. And the entire system is of resourceful influence. So here is Leadership Growth Blueprint is my flagship course. There is a AHAP method. AHAP method is like a deeper reason why I am doing this, because I haven't started, when I started, I was I was also very upset with the management and I was very reactive. Now that didn't produce any result. So if you are doing the same thing, then it is not that way. There is another way how to do it. So the consistency has to be there. Your goal has to be there. And if you are doing the right thing consistently over a period of time, nobody is going to stop you, and your capability also will become great. So what is resourceful influencing? Here are the 3 secrets. So let me show you. The first is reality check, which is the mindset. The second is the resilience, which is the tool set. And reach beyond is the skill set. So these are the 3 things with which we'll build our resourceful influencing technique. Now, what are the mindset things? Self-analysis, response pattern, and how I voiced myself. How do we find my voice? A tool set is about dealing with ambiguity, managing challenges, emotional intelligence, enhancing relationship with colleagues, being a change maker, and how to have a goal, right? So those are the 3 skill things that I have. And in the skill set, how to have mindfulness, how to create weekly victories, and whatever your goal is, whatever your personal ambition is, how to integrate that with the organizational goal, and creating stories of perpetual transition. So if you are overcoming, every day you need to outgrow your position a bit by bit. So whatever you were doing yesterday, you should not be doing today. You should be doing something better today. And whatever your work was, that work needs to be delegated to somebody who is trying to take your position. So it is kind of mentoring that person. While mentoring, this delegation can happen so that you can outgrow your position a bit. That is how you handle change for better. Otherwise, you'll be stuck after some time, even after becoming hugely successful. So these are the 3 secrets. And then AHAP method is the method of attitude, habit, action, and perception. The moment your thoughts are going negative, your habits will be very, very different. You will show something very different to the world. And then attitude, of course. If your attitude is different, attitude is wrong, it is not of collaboration or not about team building or anything, then also it creates a negative pattern in the workplace. Then perception. So if the same thing, the glass is half full and the glass is half empty, it is about perception, right? So how you are perceiving one thing or the other, that is how it depends on whether you are doing good or bad. Now coming back to the PPT. So it is a 3 secrets, as I said. Finding your USP, expertise, and legacy. And when you feel stuck, actually you are thinking about it is about your growth as a straight line, kind of straight line upwards. It is not a straight line upwards. It goes to, it is kind of loops, as you can see in the below thing. So when you are going in a loop, you are going backwards also. So when you are going backwards, let me show this. So if you are looking at this slide, you are looking at your growth as a straight line upwards. It is not straight line upwards, it is in loops. When you are in loops, you might be going backwards and forward. Forward, it is never a straight line happening most of the time, right? This industry data already we have spoken of, and this actually affects many areas of life decisions, communication, learning, and skill, all those things we discussed. So I'm learning from 12 mentors. It has to be always learning from different mentors. And I'm digitally learning because it is very difficult to replicate when there is very limited amount of time. So whatever we are learning today, that needs to be substantiated and consolidated by learner who are mentors, who are mentoring many people internationally, right? So I'm right now learning those. So the key lessons in my life is you can be a star performer, but not the boss. Why not the boss? Because that is not what expected out of you. You may be the performer, but that is not the thing that is expected of you, which I am learning right now. अभी मेरे को पता चल रहा है कि maybe I have been doing something exceptionally well, but that is not what I should be doing at my level. मेरे लेवल पे मुझे चाहिए कि लोगों को मैं मेंटरिंग कैसे करूं सो दैट लोग अच्छे से परफॉर्म कर पाए. सो आपको अच्छा लग सकता है जो आप कर रहे हो, बट आफ्टर सम टाइम बिकॉज यू आर नॉट डूइंग, मतलब वो ही नहीं कर रहे हो जो आपका प्रोफाइल आपसे डिमांड करता है, देन यू आर नॉट गोइंग टू ग्रो. So that was what happening during the first few years of my life. तो फिर मैंने देखा कि मैं क्या ऐसे कर रही हूँ which was contrary to what I should be doing. अब देखिए कि मुझे बोला गया था कि आप हमेशा ही एक सपोर्टिव रोल पे रहो, क्योंकि लोग सपोर्ट नहीं करते कोई किसी. किंग मेकर आप शायद हो, लेकिन आप अपने रोल को ना गलत मत समझिए. किंग मेकर मतलब जो दूसरे का सपोर्ट करने का काम आपको नहीं है. इफ यू आर देयर, इफ यू आर कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टुवर्ड्स द ग्रोथ ऑफ दैट पर्सन, आप करो. But during doing that, you should also be contributing towards your growth, right? So I did one HR workshop also, क्योंकि इतना confusion जब होते रहता है, then you don't know actually कि कौन सा सही कर रहे हो, कौन सा गलत कर रहे हो. But when you are looking for some answer ना कि क्या गलत हो जा रहा है, ऐसा अगर आप सोचोगे, then कुछ सिचुएशंस ऐसे आते हैं. तो मेरे लिए मेरी खुशकिस्मती थी कि मुझे HR वर्कशॉप अटेंड करने का मौका मिला. उस HR वर्कशॉप में HR पॉलिसी भी प्रेजेंट करने को थी, बट आई डिडंट हैव द HR पॉलिसी. द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एट दैट टाइम, जो जिस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से मैं थी, इट वाज अ वेरी स्मॉल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड इट डिडंट हैव HR पॉलिसी. सो आई हैड टू डिजाइन वन HR पॉलिसी एंड प्रेजेंट. अब इससे क्या मुझे लर्निंग हुई कि आई कैन डू, आई एम ए रिसोर्सफुल पर्सन व्हेन इट कम्स टू सम चैलेंज. जब आ जाता है तो मेरे अंदर के जो स्किल्स हैं वो बाहर आ जाते हैं. तो एक स्किल क्यों, दूसरे स्किल्स क्यों नहीं मैं लेवरेज कर सकती अपने अंदर. So that when that came, there was a shift in my pattern. So then उसी HR वर्कशॉप के रिजल्ट पे I applied to the biggest company which was participating in that workshop, and I got recruited because of that experience of mine. So after coming to that bigger organization, I trained 18,000 professionals, about 1 crore lives impacted, and since 2008, I have been doing the same thing, and people whoever I have trained, they are doing great themselves. I found 2 skills in everybody. I trained literate people and illiterate people both with equal result. Both of them could be contribute towards the better. So here is the Rajasthan scenario where 45 lakh enumerators, 45 lakh women had to be enumerated. उनका बैंक अकाउंट का खाता खोलना था, उनके डिटेल्स लेने थे. अब इन 45 लाख वुमेन को 2 महीने में अगर करना हो तो दिन में 25,000 लोगों को आपको कवर करना हो. तो हाउ डू यू डू दैट? तो इसके लिए मैंने 12,000 वॉलंटियर्स को लिए ऑल ओवर इंडिया, एंड देन ट्रेन किए उनको, उनके लॉजिस्टिक्स का देखा, एंड देन आई कुड डू दिस विद इन 2 months ऑफ टाइम. सो इसमें क्या हुआ कि आई वाज एजुकेटिंग एजुकेटेड पर्सन, सो उनको भी ट्रेन कर सकते हैं. And after that, I went to Meghalaya, and here 239 common service centers were established. Or given the terrain of Meghalaya, यहाँ पे broadband नहीं चल सकते थे, so the usual solutions were data card and VSAT. So then, you know how I am not a very technical person. Still, I could figure out these solutions. Why? Because I was looking at solutions. So these are this was another learning about myself. तो आप अपने आप को खुद को देखो कि आप कहाँ you have done something which was not expected of you, but then the situation was such that you had to look for solutions and you would find solutions. So Meghalaya was not known for welcoming strangers, but I worked in all the 7 districts at that time, in way back in 2008 to 2010, and I could train 1,500 local young professionals to man this 239 common services center, and remote areas were connected to the central server with the means of connectivity, VSAT connectivity. The rural department and the NIT department and the telephone department of Meghalaya were very surprised as to how I could find that solution. So I was looking for solutions, right? I was not a very technical person, but what solutions could be possible? आप अगर वैसे क्वेश्चन अगर खुद को करो कि अभी आज के दिन में given these situations, this complexity, what kind of solutions can I give? तो आपको पता चलेगा कि these are the solutions which are possible. Then I created business plan for all those people. इतने remote area में भी क्या business solutions हो सकते हैं उनको. So everybody was able to earn about 500 rupees to 10,000 rupees in this, depending upon their proximity to probability and opportunities, right? So that was my Meghalaya wala thing. And then I tracked the Andhra Pradesh and Telangana crisis at that time. Then this was the biggest project that I did. And the Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve area, fringe villages of Bandhavgarh Tiger Reserve, these people had only 3 months food to eat. Now these, we were asked by the forest department as to how how to give them alternative livelihood solutions so that people will not go to the forest because there was no fencing. They were getting to the core and getting killed by the tiger. So here what we did was I stayed there in the forest for 4 years and mobilized the women who won 17 awards in 4 years of time. We could make the area food sufficient. There are the ladies actually won 17 awards. One of them was the CII award. And these ladies also broke the mustard production record of Madhya Pradesh. They became the leaders of the area. The area was declared as the agricultural pilgrimage of the of Madhya Pradesh. They also won award from the Chief Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. That time he was the Chief Minister of Gujarat, and these farmers were attending one farmer convention. Then they became the members of the district governing board of Umaria district, and a CII award was she was felicitated by the then industry minister Mr. Anand Sharma. One farmer won MS Swaminathan Research Foundation Award. Another lady won the Best SSG Leader Award from the Andhra Pradesh governor. And local leaders were, they learned a lot to be independent. One of the colleagues, he is now the UNDP officer. He said, uncanny talent to spot talent in others. And when I say that after that I came to the head office and I became the HR head. And because my proximity to grassroots workers for whom this incentive system was designed, was to be designed, so I could design 40 kind of incentive structures. And I trained my second and third rank leaders to become who have taken over now. As so a simple executive, she became the HR head right now. Then I came to Jharkhand to revive a dead watershed, which I did in 4 years of time. As a result of that, I was sent to Canada, won several awards as well from the organization. So the defining moment came to me was the deciding to work away from the comfort zone. It's very rare and it was my winning point. And people, that is what people don't do. So if you get out of your comfort zone a little, then actually things start happening. So 3 resources to manage, which is what I teach. Self is 80%, people 5%, and time is 15%. So you can see that it is your self-management which takes a lot of time. And how we think we take ourselves to be is what I call as reality check. And how people see you is the resilience with which you create your image. And the third is how you want to be remembered. So long after you are gone, not from your life, but from that position also, people will remember you. And that is the expertise with which you can also inspire and create multiple sources of income. You can become a consultant, you can become an entrepreneur, right? And 3 personality traits to conquer: confidence, courage, and clarity. 4 communication aspects one need to be careful about, which is about listening, reading, speaking, and writing in equal amount. When we discuss about communication skill, it is not about speaking alone. It has to be listening, reading, and writing. Leadership style ingredients are direction. So, which style of leadership, what kind of attitude you have, right? Achieve leadership growth by strategizing your career leader. How do you know that? Results are to be known. So you have to, the strategic career leader you have to design that for yourself, right? So results should be known all the time. So when you are struggling with some kind of problem, some kind of workplace issues, because people have perception, your boss is not okay with you, then what do? Make sure that your results are known and your growth trajectory needs to be monitored. Just a minute. And you train people to replace you. These are the three things you need to do to prove your seniority, right? And the 6 action points that you should be doing is problem analysis all the time, presentation skills you should have, optimum use of time, budget, and HR. That is how your consistency will be proven, and also you will have efficiency level, super productivity level. Overcoming ambiguity, subject matter expertise. These are the things you need to have. Some of the myths that are there around your workplace, those things also you need to work out. So the my blueprint is like this. First, you start with difference, then you create resilience, influence with that, and then you achieve prominence. All the while, your attitude, habit, action, and perceptions are in play. And you become resourceful with whatever HR is there and whatever resources are there. And you achieve leadership growth with this. And once this circle is complete, you reach to the prominence level, the cycle again starts from the bottom. Because you are at a certain level, at that level, again, people start from the beginning. How to differentiate themselves amongst managers, right? And the learning impacts will be, I call that as my flagship program, leadership growth. And we will be discussing about what will be the resourceful mindset, finds and these are the characteristic of a resourceful mind. Finds an existing opportunities, always keeps braving ongoing difficulties, strong, weak, in equal proportion, is a giver. Gratitude, imagination, visualization, exercise, and reading follows a proven discipline. And these are the 10 strategies that we will be following with this course. Next level growth, daily wins, practicing mindfulness, dealing with ambiguity, emotional intelligence, managing challenges, handling change, power bonding with colleagues, winning response, and identifying strengths. These are the 10 strategies, 10 missions with which we will be studying this. And the 5 bonus courses that we will be having is how to have that internal pattern of a winning mindset. So the morning thoughts, build a big team with divergent beliefs and behaviors. Chase your version 10, and whatever plans come to you, even if those are conflicting, those are additional ways, models, alternatives for you to be powerful. So there has to be a say tranquility within the mind, which will power up your day towards positivity. Results will be how to start the days with a defined expectation, recognize uniqueness in others, start small, build consistency, leverage the strength in others, nudge and budge, trick or move. So, and the second bonus will be studying a soul search, which is mindfulness. Remain a winner no matter whatever. It will be a day of win or disaster, positivity, negativity, but always remain a winner no matter what. Disenchantment zone, remain detached and find out solution. So if you are silent for some moment, there will be solution coming. So how to do that? We will experience that. So it is about intention, attention, and attitude. The third bonus will be process versus result. No matter someday some team will win, someday some team will lose. But if your process is way, you will always remain world class. So to remain world class, you have to raise your bar all the time. Because the other people are practicing, you have to be the best. Right? So that is requires continuous upgrade. The results will be raising the bar all the time, 1% improvement daily, writing a big vision, formulating a 90 days goal, outline an execution plan. Each event is a learning. Then the fourth one will be delegate appropriate. This is about the mentoring I talk. So each of your team member will have a different kind of capability, aptitude. So the fish will swim and the bird will fly. So give them targets and achievements which will be fitting to their capabilities. So it is the leader's responsibility to find out who is a fish and who is a bird in the team, and accordingly leverage their capabilities to achieve the most. So that is what is the fourth thing. And the fifth, and herein we can achieve four as well. Prioritizing our 80% time in plan, saving 4 hours every day, and making second and third ranking leaders, so that there is no emergency in terms of HR, right? And the fifth is the joyfulness, wherein whatever you love doing, that has to be integrated, that has to be packaged along with other things which you don't like, but this has to be the mainstay, and the others can be contributing factors. Then it becomes a unbeatable USP. And that unbeatable USP can improve. It is not static. Once you define it, it keeps on improving because your experience keeps on adding, keeps on adding. To learn a digital skill if you want, that is what is there around. These are the things that I have been doing even while I am not taking an extra of the I have been doing this and so you can, right? What are the learnings? So how this learning contribute to holistic improvement? Yes, how your boss is helped, how organization is helped, how your super boss is helped, how your things are helped, and we will be doing a test of strength, personality test, passion test, and this test. Impact 2 is who you would become. So your attitude defines personality. How is your attitude towards work? You work hard towards life, you take responsibility towards family, it is mutual love towards surrounding, you are a demanding person. Habits strengthens credibility. So what habits you want to strengthen? Timeliness, responsiveness, proactiveness, performance. What do you want? Action enhances dependability. So what credibility you want to earn, who you want to be, how you will reach there, why you want what you want, what is the planning, and perception creates reality. So do you agree things can be different than what you think, bringing you an experience, creating an opportunity, giving you a learning? So do you know how to look at things in all this manner? Learning impact 3 will be power resume, your resume. How is your resume in one page? Do you have 5 strengths areas outlined. Do you have 5 types of resume already ready for you, or 5 kind of job areas you might be appearing? Are you developing the right contacts? Learning impactful, strategic position, how to sell your ideas, personality. And this has also 5 kinds of things that we will be learning. Learning impact 5, 7 aspects of leadership growth, 3 weekly call. So your leadership style determines what you will do. Now, whole is skill, right? Be highly productive. Be happily engaged. Hustle consistently. Hungry for transformation. Hopeful of better time. Honest about effort. Right? Then learning impact 6 will be developing characteristic of a resourceful mindset. Every week, whatever you want to learn, you can learn. So what resourcefulness, what resources are there, what process, these can be, these are areas which we can integrate along with your experience. And we will be discussing this, right? So all this, each of these course is priced at 2 lakhs, and not priced, the value is 2 lakh plus, because each time I take a course and each time I invest in a mentoring, somebody mentors me, the price of the course goes up, right? And when it comes down one-to-one, it actually is of 2 lakhs, because I will handhold for the entire year for you to become somebody you want to become, right? And your courses, your chances, your opportunities, your capabilities are very different than what is there. Now, because you are here learning, and because this can be a group class also, many of the courses are recorded. I have a YouTube channel also, which actually is a combination of many resources that are there. Already I have taught to many students which are for free. All those things come, but in a that is an ocean. Already 1,000 videos. How do you know which one is appropriate? Even if I am teaching something on to somebody in a video, you will not know unless you know the context. So for the context, you have to come the course, and I'll package that particular course for you. It is an online concept as well, but it will be something packaged for each of the students. So that effort and the community is there for you to add to your growth all the time. So it is a annual membership fee of only 5,999 if you are going for it right. It is valid till tomorrow 10 a.m. Right? Hope this has been a learning experience for you. If you have something more questions, then do come up with those, and we'll be discussing about them. Thank you.